Hello everyone, welcome to Arka Science, and today in this video I will be talking about the monthly horoscope for the month of February 2024. This month is going to be very important because so many significant transits, be it the planetary transit from one zodiac sign to another, or be it the transit of a planet from one nakshatra to another nakshatra. So many things are happening within this month of February itself. So basically you can say that this is going to bring a lots of transformative changes within us in our day-to-day lives, depending upon our horoscope and the dasa running in our chart, birth chart. Okay, and so I will request every one of you to stay with me because I will be discussing each and every those transits and their details now before I jump into the ascendant wise predictions for the month of February. You can check it from your moon sign also, but before that I will discuss regarding all those importance and significance of the transit of the planet, right from the zodiac sign to zodiac sign or from the nakshatra to nakshatra, because so many things are going to happen in this month. Many things have already started, and another thing is that I am back after a long time, means over a month. There was certain things going on and maybe something related to my health also. Okay, so I couldn't catch up with many of the contents which was happening previously, but now I will be try to be regular and I am back now. So let me start with all the important planetary energies. So I request your attention, or you can directly use the timestamp and go back to the ascendant wise prediction also. But if you are interested, then please listen to all the planetary informations because they are interrelated to each other. It will help you to understand what I say in the ascendant wise predictions. Okay, so I'm starting it in that way. You see, this month the sign of Capricorn is going to be very important because so many planetary transits are happening. Starting from 1st of February, Mercury has entered the sign of Capricorn. Sun was already in Capricorn. Okay, last month, in the month of January, on the day of Makar Sankranti, Sun has already entered the sign of Capricorn, and Mercury joined Sun on 1st of February. Then on late hours of 5th of February, late hours means it at night, late hours of 5th of February, Mars entered Capricorn, got exalted. So what I did, I am using the chart of 6th of February. In this particular video I will be using the all the 12 ascendants, the chart of 6th of February, because in that case I will be able to explain you the transit of Mars, because the transit of Mars in a particular sign normally happens for 45 or 46 days. Okay, so that is the reason I am using the chart of 6th of February. Another thing is that Venus at this moment of time is transiting in the sign of Sagittarius, but on 12th of February Venus is going to change the sign. Venus will enter the sign of Capricorn. Okay, now at this moment of time Sun, Mars and Mercury is transiting in the sign of Capricorn. But when Venus enters Capricorn, so for one particular day Venus, Sun, Mercury and Mars, all the four planets will be in Capricorn. Okay, because on 13th, just the day after, on 12th Venus is entering in Capricorn, on 13th Sun is leaving Capricorn, it is entering Aquarius, and in Aquarius it will be in conjunction with Saturn. So till 13th basically it will be Sun, Mars and Mercury, and from means 12th and 13th, that is 2 days, Sun, Mars, Mercury, Venus will be in Capricorn. Then after Sun leaves Capricorn, it will be basically Mars, Venus and Mercury. Now if I talk about this particular this section, then I will also say you that starting from 11th of February, due to the transit of sun, because sun moves almost 1 degree each day forward. Starting from 11th of February 2024, because sun is moving towards the sign of Aquarius, and in the Aquarius Saturn is present. So what is happening? Saturn will get combusted starting from 11th of February, and it will go on. It will go on till 18th of March 2024. Okay. Now that means on 13th of February, when sun leaves Capricorn and it enters Aquarius, as the days will go by, sun will move towards Saturn in Aquarius, the impact of combustion will increase. And as we all know that combustion of Saturn, which normally it means that it will diminish the impact of Saturn. So you can say in that way that the houses which are ruled by Saturn in your chart, or the house where Saturn is placed in your chart, significations related to those placements, because Saturn also looks third house from its placement, seventh house from its placement, and 10th house from its placement. Those houses also, you will see that impact of Saturn because of this transit in your chart also, you will feel that the impact is getting lowered down. And since Saturn is the planet of karma, hard work, discipline, so that will be a time when you may feel that you are under scrutiny, because sun is government, sun is authority, superiors. So suppose if you are not punctual, suppose if you are struggling with your punctuality and sincerity, this is high time when you need to be very careful, because it's a matter of time when 11th of February will be on your doorsteps. Okay, and it will go on. Specifically for the students, because February and March, this is the time period when you will see that in schools and colleges there are examinations are getting started over almost. Okay, so for them it becomes very important, because suppose Saturn is the ruler of your 6th house or your 5th house. Okay, or suppose Saturn is the ruler of your 10th house. In that particular case, you may feel that you need to put extra effort, or every small matters can be brought in front of you by your parents, specifically father, or at the educational place also the superiors, like the principal of the school, or the some in charge or something like that. Okay, you can correlate this particular thing with respect to any house. Now suppose Saturn rules your 2nd house, then it can be any elder of your family who will be looking upon your value system, who will be looking upon how you are managing your wealth and everything. This is how it will work. Okay, you can just add on the significations and you can go ahead, because starting from 11th of February it will go on till 18th of March. Okay, during this particular time, one important part which is happening is this, that at this moment of time Saturn is in the Capricorn Navamsa. In the D9 chart, the transit of Saturn is happening in the sign of Capricorn. And as I am making this video, if you check the D9 now, as I am making this video, you will see that Saturn and Mars both are in Capricorn in D9 chart, in the Navamsa chart. So what is happening is that it is making you very practical, very methodical. At times you may feel that yes, this is my goal and I have to achieve it, which is a good thing. But you need that discipline, you need that sincerity, you need that punctuality. You take it in a positive way. Trust me, that Sun and Saturn combination, normally it makes a person very hardworking, because Sun is government, Saturn is hard work, Sun is authority, Saturn is discipline. So this is the time when if you can prove yourself, this can take you to really that real heights. So this is the part of Saturn and Sun and the combustion of Saturn. Okay. Now let me talk about the other transits like Mercury. If I talk about Mercury, on 1st of February Mercury entered Capricorn. Mercury is a fast moving planet. Now it is direct, so it is moving very fast. On 20th of February, means in a span of 20 days, 20th of February, Mercury will leave Capricorn, it will enter the sign of Aquarius. This is another transit. If I talk about Venus, as I said that Venus will enter Capricorn on 12th of February. You see, so many things are happening in that span of time. On 12th of February, Venus enters Capricorn. Okay, so Venus will move forward. It will move forward towards Mars, and a time will come, that is on 19th of February, a time will come when planetary war between Venus and Mars will start, and it will go on for 7 days, that is including the 19th of February. It will go on up till 25th of February, including 25th of February. So 19th till 25th, if you count including 19th and 25th, it is basically a span of 7 days when Mars and Venus will be in the planetary war, and in fact they will be very closely placed to each other, and all happening in the sign of Capricorn. Mars is exalted. Now if we look into this kind of transits, we have to give special attention to the Kalpurus Kundali, that is the natural zodiac. Mars is the first lord, ruler of Aries. Venus is the second lord, ruler of Taurus. First lord getting exalted in the 10th house of the natural zodiac, second lord moving very close to it in the 10th house of natural zodiac, Capricorn. So suppose if you are associated with any work related to like real estate, landed properties, vehicles, construction, or any luxury goods, this is a time when you will be able to achieve new heights, given into the fact that Sun and Saturn will be transiting in the natural 11th house of the natural zodiac in the sign of Aquarius. It's a wonderful time. But again, at the same time, since that planetary war will be going on, this is also a moment when we need to recheck our relationships. Now here relationships does not mean that only husband and wife or boyfriend or girlfriend. No. The bonding between any two people, any XYZ people in our life with whom we connect or with whom we feel that we can connect, be it professional, be it personal. Because you will feel all of a sudden that work pressure is increasing. You will be so busy, you will be stressed out at times. That can relate to conflict because there will be an upsurge of expectations also. And specifically if you are in some kind of love relationship, in that case you have to bring that discipline in your relationship also. Now since Venus also rules the sign of Taurus, and Taurus is the sign which is basically resources, money, wealth. So at times you may feel that you have to be very practical regarding your wealth, your work and everything. So there will be a moment when you may feel that you are not getting enough time for your own rest also. Because don't forget, in the natural zodiac, Capricorn is the 10th house and Venus loses the directional strength in the 10th house. On the other hand, Mars is exalted but also getting the directional strength in the 10th house of the natural zodiac. Now, this particular energy, when we are putting this energy in your horoscope, it can be in any house, first house, seventh house, eighth house, 12th house, fourth house, anywhere. And we have to link that significance of that house and check it. And you will see the predictions are becoming very easy. Okay. Next comes the another important transit, that is the transit between the nakshatras, that is the transit of Ketu. Ketu is entering into the nakshatra of Hasta in the zodiac of Virgo. Now, as we all know that Rahu and Ketu, they move in the retrograde motion basically. And here I am taking the true nodes, that is the true Ketu. On 7th of February 2024, true Ketu is changing the sign, changing the nakshatra, changing the nakshatra means it is coming out of the Chitra nakshatra and entering the Hasta nakshatra in the Virgo sign. Now Virgo becomes the 6th house of the natural zodiac. It deals with perfection, it deals with criticality, it deals with anything which we do on regular basis with perfection, regularity, sincerity, something doing with absolute perfection. That is the sign of Virgo. And when you talk about Hasta nakshatra, basically any kind of work which requires perfection, which requires regularity and done with hand. And 6th house of the natural zodiac also deals with service and job. So that means the people who are working with their hands and doing any kind of work which requires regularity, that is something related to like clerical work, something related to accounting, or someone who is an operator, someone is like some sculptor, architect, or like computer operator, and Ketu is transiting over it. So sometimes it will happen, it will make you very sharp minded, very critical regarding your work. At times it may also happen that you may challenge your own work schedule or your own work methodology itself. And all happening now, looking into the fact that 5th house from Virgo is Capricorn. 5th house is intelligence, creativity, where Mars is getting exalted. So at times you will feel that, okay, let me be very practical, let me do this, let me do that. But that Ketu will make you feel very critical. So the positive side is that you will be able to look upon your work, think about it, and make it perfect. The other side of the coin is something different. There will be a constant self-doubt that what I am doing, is it correct? Should I change my work? Should I change my job? Is the profession doing good for me? This kind of self-doubt will be there. That is how the Ketu will work in the Hasta nakshatra. So before you take any decision, make sure that you have taken care of each and everything. Then you take the decision, because Ketu is a headless planet. Very mysterious. 6th house, Virgo, natural zodiac, deals with diseases. And as far as medical astrology is concerned, it deals with intestine, specifically the small intestine and the upper part of the large intestine, kidneys basically. And Ketu is a fiery planet. If you don't know, I'm just saying you that Ketu is a very, very fiery planet. So transit of Ketu in that Hasta nakshatra, all of a sudden there can be like eruptive fevers or intestinal disorders. Now Ketu also indicates any kind of ailment or illness which is not able to diagnosed. That means there can be intestinal parasites, specifically the small children. And how will you able to understand it? Suppose your 5th lord, 6th lord, or 8th lord is placed in Hasta nakshatra. Okay, you have to check it in the horoscope. in your horoscope or in your near and dear ones, specifically children, check it, because this transit of Ketu in the Hasta Nakshatra, it has just started, it will go on. So maybe when that degree wise it will hit, like suppose it happens to be in certain degrees in your that horoscope, and when Ketu comes over that degree, it will act. All of a sudden you will get the result. So it may happen in this month, it may happen in the month of March or April, you never know. Okay, it depends. So that kind of elements. Okay, as I said that Ketu is something which is very mysterious and very difficult to understand regarding the illness and ailment, and it has something to do with the intestines. So there can be disorders, there can be like food poisoning also. This has something to do with Ketu specifically. Okay, now Ketu deals with the functioning related to Mars, Kujvat Ketu, what we say. So if the dasas are not supportive, and in your chart if Hasta Nakshatra is really afflicted, then there can be at certain times, means I'm talking about something like at some bigger magnitude, there can be like surgical interventions also, depending upon in which house it is happening. But it has to do something to do with the horoscope and the dasa. If the dasas are favorable, then what will happen, that things can be happening at the minor level, you don't need to worry. But if the dasas are not supportive, then you have to check. So what you need to do, drink a lot of water, because Ketu, as I said, it is a fiery element. Okay, so drink pure and clear water more and more. Okay, always stay hydrated. Okay, now let us talk about the transit of Jupiter in the Bharani Nakshatra. Very intense, very transformative energy related to Bharani. Jupiter is wisdom, enlightenment. Bharani has the element of something related to matter of life, death, rebirth. It is basically, the deity is Yam. Now, the moment Jupiter enters Bharani, means it has already entered Bharani on 3rd of February. And if you check the Navamsa, you will see that Jupiter is placed in the Leo Navamsa along with Ketu. Now, this transit of Jupiter in the Bharani Nakshatra, it simply means that something new, start of something new, increase your skill set, increase your knowledge. So, since Jupiter is aspecting your 5th house and 9th house from the Bharani Nakshatra, it is transiting in the Bharani and transiting and it is aspecting the 5th house of Leo, 9th house of Sagittarius. If you are thinking to start learning new kind of things, like you are thinking that, okay, let me forget the other things, that the skill set or the knowledge or the wisdom which you had in the past, you are just forgetting about it, and starting something new, then this is a wonderful transit for you. Okay, this transit of Jupiter into the Bharani Nakshatra will also improve your love relationships, and it will also improve your recovery in case you are going through some kind of health ailments, any kind of health disorder which you are going through. Jupiter, since it is a very benevolent planet, all of a sudden you will see that health is becoming fine, looking into the fact that the sign Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is exalted at this moment of time. Okay, so basically this is the time when you can improve your skills, improve your health, your work wise professional development can be seen. Although starting from 19th of February till 25th of February, when Mars and Venus will be in planetary war, but trust me, Jupiter transiting in the 1st house of the natural zodiac, that is Aries, looking onto the sign of Libra, that is diplomacy, negotiation, relationships and all, any kind of relationship, professional, personal, whatever it is. It's a savior. Even if there will be lot of expectations, lot of conflicts within the heart and mind, but at the end of the day, things will be resolved, which is a great savior. And it is just a span of 7 days. After that, again, the things will be better. Okay. Now, as I was talking about that Jupiter and Ketu will be in the Leo Navamsa during this particular time. Now, Leo Navamsa is the 5th Navamsa, which is good for Jupiter. But since Jupiter will be joined with Ketu in the Leo Navamsa, it means that spirituality is very good. If you are going through the studies of mantra, religious scriptures, wonderful. But suppose if you are working in new project, you are working in some kind of like introducing your talent, introducing your products, your project, you are launching something new. So there will be some kind of dilemma, there will be some kind of delays. So this is a time when you have to look into each and every matter very specifically. Then only you should work on it, because Leo is the sign of creativity. It is the 5th house of the natural zodiac. It also means creative self-expression. So before you are expressing yourself, your talent, your work, your project, anything, or suppose you are running any kind of business, you are launching new kind of products or getting into new collaboration or something like that, make sure you have taken care of each and everything, because Ketu is a headless planet. And when you talk about Navamsa works from within, internally what we are, intrinsically what we are. That is Navamsa. So it may happen that we overlook something. Look into that matter. Then you try to work on your skill set, and then you can launch the things in whatever work you are doing. Like suppose you are, as a student, you are working on a project or any assignment, or suppose you are working in some kind of corporate life, any set of team members. Make sure that before you present the things, you have taken care of each and everything. Okay, so this was a snapshot of all the basic transits which are happening now and the planetary energies associated with it. I hope that you have gone through all of it, because now I will start for all the 12 ascendant signs, and I really need the support of all my viewers, because I'm back after nearly means more than a month, and your love, affection is really required for me. So if you have really liked this video, press the like button, share to your near and dear ones, and if you are new to this channel, tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video and upload it to YouTube, you get notified instantly. And anytime if you want a consultation from me, check the links down in the description section. You can mail me through my email ID. You'll find all the necessary details down in the description section, or you can connect with me through my Facebook or Instagram accounts. So now, without any delay, I will start for all the 12 ascendant signs. You can check it from your moon sign also. And as I always say that depending upon your horoscope, depending upon your dasa, your planets posited, and other details, the results can vary. That's the reason when it comes that how we check the horoscopes uniquely, that one by one. Okay, but I will be discussing regarding all the ascendant signs. Check it from your ascendant sign first, then check it from your moon sign, so that you will be able to understand that how it is manifesting in reality and how it is impacting you emotionally at the mind level. Come, let us start. For the Aries ascendant people, at this moment of time, Venus is transiting in your 9th house. I will say that this transit is a good one, because it will improve the peace, harmony, prosperity, and also enhance fortune in your life. It will bring optimism and mutual understanding between you and your partner. your communication skill will improve, and obviously, since Venus happens to be your second lord transiting in the ninth house, it will also enhance a good source of income and wealth during this particular month, during this transit. On 12th of February, Venus is making the transit. It is changing the sign. It is coming into your 10th house, and then it will be in conjunction with Sun, Mercury, and Mars. I will say even that also is a very good transit, because this will be a time when you will be able to focus on your financial goals, and you will be very particular regarding your work with sincerity, with compassion and love towards your work, towards your business, towards your any kind of aims and goals which you want to achieve through your professional hard work and efforts. Since Venus happens to be your second lord and Mercury happens to be your third lord, getting conjunct with Mars, that is the first lord, so this is the time when you will be able to put up your efforts with your good communication skills. You will be able to put your value system in your work, bringing the ethics which Venus will go through the sign of Sagittarius, and then it enters into the sign of Capricorn. So you'll be able to bring forward your ethics, your belief system in your work. But this is a time when Venus will be in planetary war with Mars, starting from 19th of February till 25th of February. So that is a time when professionally it is a very good time. Specifically, suppose if you are working or you are doing any kind of business related to financial sector, or you are running any kind of family business or family trade, in that case it's a very good time, because this will bring a lots of opportunities for you. Specifically, suppose you are associated with any kind of work related to real estate or landed properties, or suppose you are dealing with any kind of work related to vehicles or luxury items, it's a very good time. Okay. But at the personal level, when I'm talking about the relationships, then there can be some kind of over expectations. At times you may feel that you are getting too much busy in your work, that you are unable to focus on your love life or in your relationship or towards your partner. So there can be a inner conflict between you and your partner. But here one savior is the aspect of Jupiter, which is falling on the 7th house. Jupiter is transiting at this moment in your first house in the Bharani Nakshatra, and it is looking onto your 7th house of Libra. So there will be a good sense of wisdom between you and your partner. So even if there is a conflict, it will be resolved. It will be well resolved. This is the time when I will say that you should follow the instructions given to you by your elders, by your father specifically, because Jupiter is your ninth lord. So if you follow the ideology or instruction given to you by your guru or your father, it will not only be good for you, but it will act as a blessing for you. If I talk about the transit of Sun, at this point of time, Sun is transiting along with Mars and Mercury in your 10th house, which is a very good transit, I will say, because this will not only improve your name, fame at your work, but also make you very energetic. You will be able to pull through your efforts. It will make you very courageous, and all your projects, all your work will be successful. Starting from 11th of February, Saturn, which happens to be your 10th and 11th lord, will be under combustion. And on 13th of February, Sun is making the transit. Sun will enter your 11th house. So it will be in conjunction with Saturn. I will say that this is a good transit. Although Saturn will be in combustion, but still I will say it's a good transit, because your 5th lord Sun will be in conjunction with your 11th lord Saturn. Saturn is your 10th lord also. So that means this is a time when you will be able to focus on your creative skills, your talent, your hard work. This is also a time when you will be able to get some opportunity to learn some new kind of skills. Now that can be related to some professional skills also, some professional learning or education. It's a very good time. So you may feel that in order to attain certain kind of results with your hard work, you need to learn new things. So that means this is a time of learning also. So don't allow your ego to stop you. Okay, so I will say, just if you feel that certain things are needed to rectified, do it. Improve your punctuality, improve your sincerity and discipline, and things will be much better for you. Okay, because Jupiter, since it is transiting in the first house, it will be aspecting your fifth house, seventh house, and ninth house. So it will take care regarding your intelligence, it will take care regarding your creativity, your relationship with the other peoples, that is how you are dealing with other peoples. And if you talk about the personal relationships also, Jupiter is aspecting the sign of Libra, which is a good thing. And it is Jupiter is also aspecting your ninth house. That means wisdom, you will be able to look into the broader picture, which is a good thing. So I will say that this is a month of development, this is the month of going ahead and make the most out of it. That's it for the Aries ascendant people. For the Taurus ascendant people, Venus, which is your ascendant lord, is transiting at this point of time in your 8th house. So two things I will say here is that first is the health is to be given the foremost attention, and second thing is that at your professional area there can be some transformations, there can be some sudden changes, and many a times it may happen that you may feel that in the broader picture it is good, but initially it may create some kind of hurdles for you, something which is unpredictable. Okay, now this will be more specific if you are with regard to something related to job or service. But again, at the same time, since your sixth lord Venus is transiting in the 8th house, so this also means that you may all of a sudden get success over your enemies or opponents or rivals all of a sudden. Okay, now this also means that you will be having a very good time with respect to your relationships, because 8th house is the Mangalya Bhav. Okay, so suppose if you are in a committed relationship or in a married life, in that case this particular transit is a good one. So make the most out of it in that way. Now on 12th of February, Venus is making the transit. Venus is coming out of your 8th house, which is a good thing. It is coming into your 9th house. Now transit of Venus in the 9th house is always good. First of all, since Venus is your first lord, so it is a transit of optimism, it is a transit of knowledge, learning. Looking into the fact that during that particular time, Mercury, Mars and Sun will also be transiting in the 9th house. So basically this is a time of improving your ideology and your belief system. At times you may also feel that you are getting too much fixed in your ideology. Looking into the fact that Capricorn, which happens to be your 9th house, it is the earthy sign, so it requires stability. Okay, so groundedness basically. But since Mars is transiting in the exalted form in the 9th house, and Venus will be in conjunction with Mars, and there will be planetary war starting from 19th of February till 25th of February, there can be a clash of ideology between you and your partner. Now that can be at the professional level, that can be at the personal level. Now suppose if you are not in a committed relationship, in that case I will say that it can be between you and any other person who is very near and dear to you. Okay, so suppose during that particular time from 19th of February till 25th of February, if you are in any kind of collaboration or you are thinking to make a move to start a partnership or start a new venture, I will say that during that particular 7 days you should not make any move or should not hurry, because that is a time when you may become over passionate regarding your emotions, or you may feel that everything is so good because this is the time so good to be true. There can be like out of your passion you did something, and then later on you may feel that I shouldn't have got so much excited regarding it. Okay. On the other hand, in the positive side, this is also a time when it will allow you to improve your talent, your creativity, your communication skill will improve. Specifically, the people who are associated with any kind of work related to speaking, learning, teaching, it's a wonderful time. Overall, I will say this is also a time you can expand your work and business in some faraway place, in some faraway lands. With regards to your job, business, there is a chance of long distance travels. As I said, it is a time of learning since Mercury is also transiting in your ninth house. So, this is a time when you will be able to expand your creative skills and intelligence, and ultimately it will help you in your professional growth, because during that particular time on 13th of February, Sun is making the move. Sun is moving into your 10th house. Now, Sun in the 10th house is always good in the transit, and it will be in conjunction with Saturn. Although Saturn will be in combustion. Now, Saturn happens to be your 9th lord and 10th lord. So that means that is a time when you have to be very specific regarding your belief system. Make sure that you should not get too much fixed into it, because if you get too much fixed into it, then that can lead to some kind of issues, specifically at the family level, at the domestic level. Why? Because Sun happens to be your 4th lord, and Sun, more it will move towards Saturn. Saturn will be more under combustion starting from 11th of February. So you have to give extra importance to your family life also. So this becomes means you have to work on both the front, work and your family life. Trust me, if you are able to make this balance, this particular month is going to be very good for you, because 9th house and 10th house is becoming very prominent. That means luck, fortune, work, career, profession. This is going to become a very fruitful month for you. But again, at the same time, you have to be very careful regarding any matter regarding your domestic affairs, your family life. Now, here Sun is 4th lord, that means Sun is your mother. Sun is moving towards Saturn, so this is also a time you need to be very careful regarding the health of your mother. Okay, because there can be some kind of stress or anxiety which you may sense within her. Okay. Rahu is transiting in 11th house, which is a good thing, which normally indicates that you will be very particular regarding your aims and goals in your life. And 11th house transit of Rahu is always considered good with respect to professional development and upliftment. Ketu is transiting in your 5th house, which may improve your intuition, and it is a very mysterious transit, a very mysterious planet and mysterious energy. So all of a sudden you may get some idea regarding what kind of knowledge and intelligence you should work upon. But since it is transiting in the 5th house, so sometimes you may feel that your plannings are not working out. You plan something, something else is happening. That's how Ketu works, because Ketu is a headless planet. So until and unless you are sure about something, don't commit into it. Be it work, be it relationship, be it anything else. Okay, because 5th house is also the house of love and relationship. This is a time you should not get into any kind of work or effort related to speculation. I will say that avoid it, because Ketu is transiting in the 5th house. Depending upon good dasa and good placement in the horoscope, that can be looked upon, but this particular transit, I will say, avoid the speculative work, okay, or any kind of speculation regarding investing money and all. Try to avoid it. Okay, Jupiter is transiting in the 12th house, so I will say that work on your expenditures and your health. So that's it for the Taurus ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Gemini ascendant people, At this moment of time, Sun, Mercury, and Mars is transiting in the 8th house. Now, this is a time when so many transformative changes may occur in your life, and you may be feeling it. Okay. At times, you may feel that I have to work on many things, but again, you may feel a bit more lazy and lethargic regarding your work, because Sun happens to be your third lord. So, you are thinking to put your efforts, but at the same time, you are unable to focus and give proper attention to it. Here, one good thing is that Mars is exalted. Now, since Mars is exalted in the 8th house, so that means if you are thinking to work on one particular thing, like suppose you should not spread your intelligence in multiple things, just focus on one particular work and try to complete it, and you will be successful. That's how this Mars in exaltation in the 8th house will help you. But there can be like so many things going on in your mind. Why? Because Mercury is the Lagna lord, and Mercury is in the 8th house. So Mercury is very curious planet, so it wants to know this also, that also. So it may happen that in your mind, within your head, so many things may be going on at the same time. So I will say you that just focus on one particular thing, complete it, then jump into the other work. Okay, that will be good. Now, since Sun and Mars is a fiery planet, and Mercury has a tendency to accept the energies associated with the planets nearby it. Okay, so in which it is in conjunction with. So Mercury will be like absorbing the energy of Sun and Mars, and it is transiting in the 8th house. So that means this is a time when heat related problems, now that can be fever, that can be some digestive issues. Okay, some heat related problems can be very common during this particular time, so you need to be very careful regarding your health. Specifically, drink a lot of water. Okay, stay hydrated and work on your food habits, because from the 8th house they will be looking onto your second house. Okay, so your food eating habits has to be very particular. Now, Venus is transiting at this moment of time in your 7th house. Now, Venus is a good planet for you, for the Gemini ascendant people. Venus is looking onto your ascendant on your first house. So that means, although Mars, Mercury, Sun is transiting in the 8th house, the transit of Venus in the 7th house and looking onto your ascendant is a savior. It is protecting you, it is protecting your health, it is giving you that calmness, that okay, many things are going on, but still Venus is there. Venus is looking onto your first house, and it is giving a sense of compassion to you. Okay, so this also means that suppose if you are in a committed relationship, you will be getting a lot of optimism, compassion from your partner. The mutual understanding between you and your partner will improve. Okay, but on 12th of February, that Venus is making the change. It is coming onto your 8th house. Now, transit of Venus in the 8th house here, I will say that at the relationship level, at the like suppose I'm talking about committed relationship level or the married life, it is a good thing because 8th house is the Mangalya Bhav. But you have to also understand that Venus is your 12th lord. Okay, and it is also your 5th lord going into the 8th house. So that means there will be a moment starting from 12th of February onwards, you may feel that you have to work a lot of put a lot of efforts with respect to your intelligence, your creativity, and your imaginative power. Spiritually, it's a very good transit. You will be able to learn some occult sciences because Venus is the 5th lord. Okay, so learning and improving creative skills is a very common thing for the Gemini ascendant people with respect to Venus. But means at the personal level, you may feel that all the efforts which you are giving, it may you may feel that you have to make a lot of work on it in order to make it successful. Okay, so suppose if you are in a professional area or you are working on something, so there can be a moment when you may feel a bit more lethargic, more lazy to work on. Okay, looking into the fact that that will be a time when Venus will be in conjunction with Mars and Mercury, And starting from 19th to 25th of February, Venus and Mars will be in planetary war. So that means that will be a time when your creative self expression might get hindered or might get um, interrupted, or I will say that you might get to hear something regarding your creative expression or your intelligence from anyone from your network circle or from your friend circle, or you may feel that people are judging on it, people are talking about it. Okay, so that may create some kind of hindrances. Now that has something to do with your love relationship also, because Venus is your fifth lord. So during that particular time, I will say that if you are thinking to get into a relationship and all, I will say that wait for a moment. That particular 7 days, don't make any move at the personal level also and at the professional level also. Suppose if you are in a business or trade and you are thinking to start a new work or launch a new product or make a start regarding a venture or collaboration, that particular 7 days, don't make a move. Take some time and then do it. Okay, on 13th of February, Sun is making the change. Sun is coming out of your 8th house, which is a good transit. You see, Sun is the universal significator of soul. Transit of Sun in the 8th house is not considered good. Means at the soul level also, at the work and karma level also, and at the dharma level also. Okay, it is not good. So when Sun is coming out of the 8th house, which is a good thing, because 9th house is the house of optimism and Sun is that enlightening power. Okay, it is that light. So Sun will be in conjunction with Saturn and Saturn will be in combustion. Sun happens to be your third lord. Saturn happens to be your 8th lord and your 9th lord. Now since Saturn is your 8th lord and Sun is combusting Saturn, so this is also a time you need to be very careful regarding your health. Okay, means at time you may feel that your own belief system, your own ethics are getting challenged. Now this has something to do with that Venus and Mars planetary war also. So there will be a time when you have to bring your self confidence within you. So since Sun is your third lord, it is combusting your 8th and 9th lord Saturn. So you may try various things. You may feel, okay, let me do this, let me do that. But I will say that this is a time when you need to work on your knowledge, work on your wisdom, and then go ahead. Because don't forget, Sun is your third lord transiting in the 9th house. So that means you may also take some rapid decisions. That okay, this is good for me, let me do that. But I will say that since your 9th lord is under combustion, take some time. If something is needed to face, something needed to work upon your belief system or ethics or your higher spiritual self, work on it. This is also a time when you need to be very careful regarding how you are communicating with your father and guru. There is a chance that you may all of a sudden get into a conflict between you and your father, or you may challenge the ethics of what you have learned from your guru, which is not right. So you have to be very careful regarding that. Now Rahu is transiting in your 10th house. This transit of Rahu in the 10th house is always considered good, because this gives you the proper courage and energy to get successfully at your work front, at your professional front. Looking into the fact that Jupiter is transiting in your 11th house, so that means it will open the gates for multiple success and incoming of wealth. Yes, Ketu is transiting in the 4th house. I will say that that is an area which requires more focus, because this is a time when you may feel that lack of emotional attachment. Okay, so which can make you at times very anxious and irritable also. Okay, means small matters can make you very irritated. So these are the things which you need to be very careful regarding, and make the most out of it. That's it for the Gemini ascendant people. The Cancer ascendant people, at this point of time, Sun, Mercury and Mars is transiting in your 7th house. Now I will say that Sun, Mercury and Mars, this combination in the 7th house in transit, I will say that it is not a great transit, specifically with respect to relationships, the committed love relationships I'm talking about, married life I'm talking about. Although Mars is the yoga karaka planet for the Cancer ascendant people, it is a very good planet for the Cancer ascendant people, and Mars is exalted in the 7th house. So professionally it is a good transit. Means suppose if you are working somewhere or you are thinking to improve your career and professional development, it's a wonderful transit. Suppose if you are thinking to start a new venture, new business opportunities, or suppose you are expecting some kind of favor from your employer, then also this transit is going to give you very good results. Because you see, Sun is your second lord, Mars is your 5th and 10th lord transiting in the 7th house. So that means if you are thinking to improve your business, trade, or you have some kind of enterprise, then this is going to give you very good results. That means professionally it's very good. But when it comes to that personal level, that personal relationship, or how you are bonding with other people, that is the place where ego may take over, or there can be a very fiery expression of thoughts which may actually create some kind of conflicts between you and your loved ones, some kind of fights, or maybe anxious state of mind. So that is the time when you need to be very careful, because this may create some kind of conflict between you and your partner. I'm talking about the committed relationship. Now someone will say that what if I am single? If you are single, that is means at the professional level it's very good. But suppose if you are in a committed relationship, then this may create problem. Now 7th house also means any kind of bonding between any two people. So whenever you are connecting with the other people, this particular combination will allow you to be like very dominant. It will make you very dominant. So what will happen? It will not bring that emotions between that two person. Okay, that emotions will lack. Given into the fact that Venus, the planet of compassion, is transiting in the 6th house. Now Venus is your 11th lord, Venus is your 4th lord. So that means this is the time when at the emotional level, means at the heart level, at the mind level, there can be some kind of conflict going on. Now that can be related to domestic affairs, that can be related to health of mother or your home. Means you may feel that peace of mind is getting impacted. Now since Venus is the 11th lord transiting in the 6th house, I will also say, suppose there is some kind of development professionally, you don't need to express it to everyone, because not everyone who stands beside you is your friend. Because don't forget, your 11th lord is transiting in the 6th house. So there can be a sense of resentment and jealousy from your co-workers or from your colleagues. Okay, so you need to be very careful regarding that, and also take care regarding your health, since Venus is transiting in the 6th house. Now on 12th of February, Venus is coming on your 7th house. That will be a time when Venus will be in conjunction with Sun, Mars and Mercury. And on 13th, Sun is moving out of your 7th house. So entry of Venus in the 7th house and that exit of Sun from your 7th house. So your 7th house will be boosted. Now if I talk about then Venus will be basically in conjunction with Mercury and Mars. So that will be a time when some kind of improvement in relationship and bonding between you and your partner can be seen. Although don't forget that starting from 19th of February till 25th of February there will be a planetary war between Mars and Venus, and Mars happens to be your 10th lord, Venus happens to be your 4th lord. So there will be a constant strain regarding your work and your family life. So you may feel that sometimes the responsibility and duty towards your home will overpower the efforts and work at your career, and sometimes vice versa. So this will be a time you need to bring a balance. Now the other aspect is that Venus is your 11th lord and 4th lord, Mars is your yoga karaka planet. So this means the people who are associated with any kind of work related to vehicles, construction business, landed properties, luxury items, or even cosmetics, apparels, or clothing business, for them this particular transit of Mars and Venus in the 7th house is going to be very good. They will get success because that is what this particular transit indicates. Okay, looking into the fact that Mercury happens to be your 12th lord and 3rd lord transiting along with it, that means you will be able to spread your business through your efforts to some faraway lands also. There can be a chance of collaboration with foreign clients. Okay, but at the personal level you have to be very careful regarding how you are balancing your family life, your domestic life, and your work life. Now as I said that on 13th of February Sun will move out of your 7th house and it will enter your 8th house, and it will be in conjunction with Saturn, where Saturn is getting combusted. Now Saturn happens to be your 7th lord and your 8th lord. So yes, definitely starting from 11th of February when this combustion will take into effect. Although Sun is transiting on 13th of February, but that combustion will start its impact starting from 11th of February. So I will say you that yes, this is a time means which indicates from all other transits also your personal life, your personal relationships, commitment, specifically if you are married. Okay, because 8th house is Mangalya Bhav. It indicates that this particular month you need to be very careful regarding how you are managing your relationships, because Sun and Saturn, they are mutual enemies. Okay, they are inimical to each other, and they are coming in the 8th house, looking into the fact that Saturn is the 7th and 8th lord, Sun is the 2nd lord. So your ethics, your value system may clash with your partner, and you will try to overpower him or her. So that will definitely create problems in the relationship. So don't allow your ego to come between you and your partner, come between the love and affection of you and your partner, because ego has no limits. Trust me, ego destroys all this kind of things. So this particular month starting from this transit, specifically when Sun enters the sign of Aquarius in your 8th house, this becomes a challenge for you. More Sun will be moving towards Saturn, more this kind of things can be there. So at times you may feel that you are getting too much harsh and rude towards your partner. So bring that sweetness, bring that affection. Although Sun is a planet which is authoritative, it has nothing to do with affection and all. But still I will say that don't allow that ego to come and create some kind of problems between you and your partner. Okay. Now Jupiter is transiting in the 10th house, which is a good thing. It will improve your wisdom, your spirituality and learning at your workplace, and it will allow you to do some good work. But Rahu is transiting in the ninth house. So basically, Rahu's transit in the ninth house, at times you may think out of box, but again, ninth house is dharma, righteousness. Okay, and Rahu always does the work in some different way. So I will say this is a time you need to be very careful regarding your dharma. And what I can see, home, domestic life, personal life, your spouse, your partner, your responsibility towards those people becomes very essential. Don't allow your look out for your aims, goals, overshadow or override your responsibility towards your near and dear ones. Okay, so that's it for the Cancer ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Leo ascendant people, at this moment of time, Venus is transiting in the 5th house. Now, this transit is a good one because it will not only improve your creativity, your talent, your learning skills, your intelligence, but also it is a time when you may be able to connect with your loved ones, specifically in a love and relationship, romantic relationship. It is a very good time because of this transit of Venus in the 5th house. This is also a time when you will be able to focus more on your work with respect to your creativity. But since Venus is your 10th lord transiting in the 5th house, this is also a time when you may also think about some kind of alternative work, alternative profession. Means with respect to your talent, with respect to your creativity, you may think about that. But since it is your third lord transiting in the 5th house, I will say it's a wonderful time. Specifically, if you are anyone who have some kind of work related to speaking, communication, writing, or singing, dancing, means your talents basically related to Venus. So in that particular case, it is a very good transit, I will say. But on 12th of February, Venus is making the change. It is coming out of your 5th house and it is entering the 6th house. Now, when it enters your 6th house, it will be in conjunction with Sun, Mercury, and Mars. Now, 3rd lord and 10th lord in the 6th house. This means that you will be very focused on your job and service. Okay, which is a good thing. But since Venus transit in the 6th house, I will say it's means it's average transit. Venus's transit in the 6th house, I will say it's average. It's an average transit, not so good. Since Venus is the significator of the 7th house and the spouse and loved ones, so that is a time the relationship between you and your partner may, the magnitude of that compassion and love may get a bit reduced. Looking into the fact that it will be in conjunction with Sun and Mars. Although Sun will leave the sign on 13th of February, but Sun will enter the 7th house, and in the 7th house it will be in conjunction with Saturn, and Sun will create the combustion for Saturn in the 7th house. So that means this is a time when you need to be very careful regarding your love relationship. Means after 12th of February I'm talking about. Means how you are connecting with your partner, how you are going forward with your committed personal relationship. Now, suppose if you are not in a relationship, in that case I will say that how you are connecting with other people. Because 7th house does not necessarily mean only the spouse and loved relationship. No, it has something to do with diplomacy, it has something to do with negotiation, how you are connecting with the other people, any kind of relationship. Okay, so what may happen, Sun and Saturn in the 7th house. Now these two planets are very separative planets, separative tendencies. Okay, Sun and Saturn both in the 7th house. So this can at times make you feel a bit more aloof. You will be feeling that leave me alone. So you will not get into any kind of like you will not want to mix in the responsibilities of that relationship and all, because specifically that Saturn will be under combustion by Sun. So your ego will overpower because Sun is your first lord. So there can be a moment when you will dominate your partner, and that ego will come forward, so which may actually hamper the relationship, given into the fact that Venus is transiting in the 6th house. Because on 12th of February Venus comes in your 6th house, and starting from 19th of February till 25th of February, Venus and Mars will be in planetary war. Now Mars happens to be the Yoga Karaka planet. It is a very good planet for you, I understand that. It is transiting in the 6th house. That transit of Mars in the 6th house is very good. Means with regards to work, profession, wonderful. But if I talk about the personal life, then you have to understand that Mars is your 9th lord. So your belief system, your ethics, that will come in front of you, and that will create the conflict between you and the partner, your partner. Now here Venus happens to be your 10th lord and 3rd lord. So when that planetary war happens starting from 19th of February till 25th of February, I will say that this is also a time there can be some conflict between you and your superiors with respect to your ethics, your belief system. You may feel that whatever you are doing good, but that may not be liked by your superiors. So there can be some kind of that clash or conflict. Try to avoid it. Now since it is the 6th house, there can be some kind of conflict within your like that network circle also, specifically at the job level, that is colleagues and co-workers. Just focus on your work, just do your work. You don't need to get into any kind of unnecessary conflicts, looking into the fact that Venus is transiting in the 6th house. Now since Mercury is also transiting, and Mercury is your 11th lord, so definitely there can be a sense of enviness, resentment and jealousy from your colleagues and co-workers towards you. Okay. Now since Sun and Saturn will be transiting in the 7th house, and Sun is creating the combustion for Saturn, so this is a time, means you can work on it practically by initiating cooperation towards your partner. Because see, that Sun will make you dominant, that Sun will make you authoritative, and since it is 7th house, Sun loses its directional strength. So what you need to do is that you need to put forward your cooperation towards your partner, and don't allow your ego for any kind of hesitation to take the cooperation from your partner. Suppose your partner is saying you something or trying to cooperate you, trying to help you, there is a no need of hesitating it. Okay, no need of hesitation, because that can again create problems. Okay, so put forward your hand of help, because maybe that what your partner requires. Since the impact of Saturn will reduce, so it may also feel that your partner may all of a sudden may feel low in confidence, now, which is a very typical scenario, because Sun is confidence, Sun in the 7th house, but still since Saturn is under combustion, so what is happening? In your presence, your partner may feel lack of confidence, so it is your responsibility to boost him or her up. That's how the things can be taken care of. Okay. On 20th of February, Mercury is making a transit. Mercury is coming onto your 7th house. So again, I will say that make sure that you do not critically judge your partner. Okay. Try to improve the communication. Try to improve the resolution between you and your partner if anything occurs. Now that can be at the personal level also, at the professional level also. This I am talking about the people who are in committed relationship. Now suppose if you are not in a relationship, in that case I will say that during this particular time, whomsoever you are getting connected with, you have to make sure that you don't get too much into your ego and disturb the bonding between you and that person. Okay. Rahu is transiting in your 8th house, so yes, definitely this is a time when you may feel that you will, because this Rahu will make you feel that okay, you can achieve this by this way also, because 8th house is 12th from the 9th house. So this Rahu can make you do some kind of works which are not righteous. So you have to be very focused towards your righteousness, looking into the fact that Jupiter is transiting in the 9th house, so that Jupiter will help you. But yes, Rahu is Rahu, you know that. So when it comes to responsibility and duty, make sure that you are performing it really well. Okay, so that's it for the Leo ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Virgo ascendant people, Venus is transiting in your 4th house at this point of time, which is a very good transit, I will say, because it will improve the peace, harmony at your home, and it will also improve the bonding between you and your mother and anyone living with you in your home. It will improve your peace of mind and bring a relaxation to the emotional state of your mind. Okay, and suppose if you are associated with any kind of work related to vehicles or even landed properties, interior designing, and any kind of family trade related to luxury items, okay, then this particular transit of Venus is going to give you very good results, because Venus is the second lord. So there is a chance that if you are associated with any kind of this work, then your business, your work is getting improved. But on 12th of February, Venus is making the change. It is coming out of your 4th house and entering your 5th house. Transit of Venus in the 5th house is also considered good, because this will improve your creativity, this will improve your love and romantic bonding between you and your partner. Okay, but during that particular time, Venus will be in conjunction with Sun, Mercury, and Mars. Although Sun will make the change on 13th of February itself, means Venus comes here on 12th of February and Sun is making the transit on 13th of February. So Sun is coming out of your 5th house. But nevertheless, Venus will be in conjunction with Mars and Mercury for the most of the time. Okay. So here, if I talk about regarding your self-development, regarding your own skills and intelligence, the conjunction of Mars, Mercury and Venus in the 5th house means specifically after 13th of February, because on 12th Venus comes and on 13th Sun lives. So starting from 13th of February, that particular energy of Venus, Mars and Mercury in the 5th house will be very beneficial for you. It will give you that focus, it will give you that necessary courage and efforts towards learning new skills, towards creative self-expression. And also, suppose you want to make your work more creative, more beautiful. Suppose, because since Mars is exalted in your 5th house, so suppose if you are associated with any kind of work or any kind of sports, and suppose if you are an athlete or you are a sports person, and Venus comes here, so what happening that your creativity, your talent is becoming more beautiful. Okay, it is having that classical touch, that artistic touch. So that is a good transit, I will say. Mars and Venus in the 5th house, this will also make you very passionate towards your love relationship. But on 19th of February till 25th of February, Mars and Venus will be in that planetary war in the 5th house. Now here it can prove to be a bit favorable for you, because since 5th house is the house of our joy and pleasure, and Mars and Venus will be in that planetary war, so that will be a time when you might get too much passionate towards your partner. Yes, sometimes there can be too much over expectation, but yes, that passion and love towards your partner, that will be really bring that joy and pleasure within you. And since there all these planets will be looking into the 11th house, that means through your work, through your efforts, your artistic abilities and your learning skills will also improve the gains in your life. So you will see that you are getting success in your life, in your work, at the professional area. Now, if I talk about Sun, due to the transit of Sun on 13th of February, it will be in conjunction with Saturn. And on 11th of February itself, Saturn will be combusted because Sun is moving towards Saturn, moving towards the sign of Aquarius. So on 13th of February, when Sun enters Aquarius in your 6th house, Sun and Saturn will be in conjunction, and Saturn is in combustible mode that particular time. Now, Saturn or Sun in the 6th house is considered very good because it simply, I will say that it simply means that all your project, all your work leading to success. But yes, Saturn is combust. Saturn happens to be your 5th lord, happens to be your 6th lord. So that means you have to bring upon a great deal of imaginative power in order to understand that what are the things necessary to make your work perfect, because Sun is your 12th lord. Your imaginative power may hinder the present way of working. So you have to work on your skills at the mental level also, and then you have to use it. So you can say that in the other way, this is a type of smart work, that okay, I will do the hard work, but I have to think about something, and I will then apply it, and then it can give me very good results. So if you think around the corner, it is a good transit, I will say. That is this combustion of Saturn in the 6th house. So that means you are bringing upon your smart work, your imaginative skills. But since Saturn is the 6th lord, Sun is the 12th lord, this is also a time you need to be very careful regarding your health. Because don't forget, on 20th of February, Mercury, which is your Lagna lord, is going to enter your 6th house. And given into the fact that Ketu is transiting over your Lagna. So starting from 20th of February, I will say that you need to be very careful regarding your health. Because there can be some skin related problems, or there can be some problems related to like nervous system, or in the there can be like you, I will say that don't rush into anything, because there can be some injuries specifically at the head. Okay, so you should not get into any kind of rush or hurry. Now, Rahu is transiting in the 7th house. I will say transit of Rahu in the 7th house is very good, because Rahu here will try to improve the bonding between you and your partner. Jupiter is transiting in your 8th house. Now, Jupiter's transit in the 8th house, I will say that Jupiter is your 7th lord transiting in the 8th house. It will improve the bonding between you and your partner. But Jupiter also happens to be your 4th lord. So be very careful regarding the health of your mother. Okay. So that's it for the Virgo ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Libra ascendant people, at this moment of time, your ascendant lord Venus is transiting in the 3rd house. So basically, it implies good communication skills, good efforts, and you will be happy to go forward with your work, and you will be also recognized by your authorities, your employer at your work level. So basically, it's a time for development with respect to your profession and career, and with your own creative talents, your hobbies. Now, on 12th of February, Venus is making the move. Venus is coming out of your 3rd house and it is entering your 4th house. Now, transit of Venus in the 4th house is considered always good. It's a very good transit, I will say. So, that will be a time, it will be in conjunction with Sun, Mercury, and Mars. But on 12th, Venus is coming to the 4th house, and on 13th, Sun is leaving the 4th house. So, that will be a time when Venus will basically be conjunct with Mars and Mercury only. Now, transit of Mars, Mercury, and Venus all together in the fourth house, it implies that since all of them will be looking onto your 10th house of your work, career, and profession, so basically that is a time which indicates that at your work level there is a great deal of success, great deal of opportunities, and if you follow your work with proper sincerity and love and affection towards your work, towards your like whatever business or work you do, in that particular case it is going to give you very good results. Specifically, suppose if you are working on something related to, or you are having any kind of business related to interior designing or landed property, construction business, vehicles, luxury items, or apparels, okay, clothing business or something like that, in that particular case you are going to get very good results, because the placement of the planets in such a way in the fourth house indicates that you will not only be able to get success, but also it will improve your wealth, prosperity, and fortune. Okay, now Mars is exalted in the fourth house. Now Mars happens to be your seventh lord and second lord, exalted in the fourth house and looking onto your 10th house, and Mars is also aspecting your 7th house and 11th house. So I will say, although there can be some kind of anxiety within yourself at the mental level, means there can be some kind of inner conflict, but overall this transit of Mars is very good for you, very good for you. Venus and Mars will be in planetary war starting from 19th of February till 25th of February. So that will be a time when there can be some over expectation between you and your partner. Now that can be at the professional level also, at the personal level also. Now suppose if you are specifically in a committed relationship, then it will be more impacted on you. Now suppose if you are not in any kind of relationship, in that case I will say that how you are connecting with your near and dear ones, that way this particular planetary war will impact you. Okay, now since as I say that this will really be very good with respect to your career and profession, so during that particular time when Venus and Mars will be very close to each other, that will be a time when your hard work, your creativity, and your passion will actually bring some good changes around you and ultimately give you good results with respect to your career and work, your profession. Means your professional ideologies, you will be taking forward your professional ideologies towards success. Because why I say ideology and belief system, because Mercury is your ninth lord, and during this particular time I also see that there can be some change of position. Change of position means there can be some kind of relocation, or you may move from one place to another, okay, with respect to your work, because Mercury happens to be your 12th lord and Mars happens to be your 7th lord also. Okay, so there is a chance that some kind of movement can be seen, but overall I will say that this transit is very good for you. Yes, except for that some kind of conflict, inner conflict, and some kind of over expectation. Okay, otherwise things are quite good. On 13th of February, when Sun comes out of your 4th house and enters your 5th house, that will be a time when Sun and Saturn will be in conjunction with each other in the 5th house. Now Sun is your 11th lord of gains, Saturn is your 4th lord and 5th lord. They both are conjunct in the 5th house. So I will say it is creating a very strong Dhan Yoga. Okay, so with your work, with your creativity, with your skills and your learning, there will be a great deal of opportunity to make a lot of income and wealth during this particular month. Means starting from that 13th of February when Sun enters your 5th house. But you have to also understand that Sun will combust Saturn, and that impact of combustion will start from 11th of February onwards, which also indicates that your creative skills, your ideologies, your knowledge, your intelligence might get interrupted or hindered by someone of your network circle or friend circle. Okay, so I will say that this is a time when you need to be very careful that what you are sharing or what you are disclosing to your near and dear ones, to your friend circle, to your network circle specifically, to your social networks. Not everything which you disclose meant to be disclosed, because you may feel that people are trying to overpower you, dominate you towards your own work, towards your own skills only, because Saturn will be combusted, correct? So you don't need to express everything in front of everyone. Just do your work, just follow your the good work, your just work on your talent, your creative skills. Okay, and wait for the right time, because after the combustion is over, that will be a time you will feel a great sense of relief. And when that relief comes, you will feel that okay, yes, now I can follow up my dreams. Okay, but nevertheless, since it is creating a very strong dhan yoga, so that means it will also improve your wealth and income. Rahu is transiting in your sixth house. Now transit of Rahu in the sixth house is always very good, because it simply means success over your opponent, success over any kind of challenges, any kind of hindrances in your life. Okay, any kind of interruptions, obstacles. Okay, this will allow you to clear your debts. It will allow you to win over your opponents, and specifically in any case of competitive exams or any kind of competition, this transit of Rahu in the sixth house is really wonderful. Now your sixth lord Jupiter is transiting in your seventh house, so that means although Jupiter's transit in the seventh house is considered okay, it's okay for with respect to relationships, but since it is the sixth lord, so there will be some matters which needs to be resolved, because you see Jupiter is direct now and it is transiting in the Bharani Nakshatra. So this is a time when you need to resolve the unsolved matters between you and your partner. I'm talking about the personal and professional relationships, means the things where you are committed. Okay. Now suppose if you are not in a relationship, in that particular case I will say you that this is a time when you need to be very careful regarding with respect to what challenges you take upon or how you are developing yourself, because you see sixth lord is challenges, sixth lord is looking onto your ascendant, that means it will bring challenges in front of you. And looking into the fact that your creative skills that is ruled by Saturn is will be under combustion, so at times you may feel that you need to work in some different way. That is what Rahu will help you. Okay, so you have to bring that balance. More you are working on that, more it will give you very good results. Now since Sun and Saturn together will be conjunct in the fifth house and Sun will combust Saturn, so this will be a time I will say that be very careful regarding whom you are bringing upon in your life, specifically with respect to love and romantic relationships I'm talking about. It may happen that the person with whom you are on whom you are counting upon, that person may not be that great for you. Okay, so you have to be very careful regarding how you are working on your relationship, specifically a love and romantic relationship, and whom you are bringing upon in your life. Okay, so make sure regarding that. That's it for the Libra ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Scorpio ascendant people, Venus is transiting in your second house. Now Venus happens to be your 12th lord and your 7th lord. Now normally the transit of Venus in the second house is considered very good, because it improves the family atmosphere. Okay, so good bonding between you and your family members, any matter within the family will be resolved. And since it is the 7th lord, so it is a very good time to introduce your partner to your family. Now if it is professional matter, so I will say that professionally if we talk about, then second house is also the house of wealth and seventh house is the partnership, so professional partnership. Okay, so this is also a time you may get into a new kind of professional partnership with respect to improving and enhancing your business and trade and enterprise. Okay, now Venus happens to be a 12th lord also, transiting in the second house, so that means some kind of expenditures can be there. Now, since Venus deals with luxurious products, so and second house is the house of possessions, resources. So, in order to improve your resource, in order to improve the possessions and luxury goods in your home or the place where you live, so there can be some kind of expenditures. Okay. Now, on 12th of February, Venus is changing the sign. It is coming onto your third house. Now, that time Venus will be in conjunction with Sun, Mercury, and Mars. Now, Venus's transit in the third house, it improves the communication skills. It improves the bonding between you and your any person in your daily contact. That can be your friends, your cousins, specifically the younger cousins. Okay, your neighborhood. In that way, it is very good. And suppose if you are working with anything related to social media and social networking, it is very good. Okay. Transit of Venus in the third house is very good, but you have to also understand that Venus happens to be a 12th lord and 7th lord. So that means this will be a time when you need to really be very good with your communication skills, because there can be some struggles between you and your partner. Okay, so you have to put some extra effort in order to establish the bonding between you and your partner. Now, looking into the fact that in your third house you will be having Sun, Mars, and Mercury. Although Sun will change the sign on 13th of February itself, but you have to understand that Mercury and Mars will be there, and Mercury is your 8th lord, Mars is your 1st lord, Venus is your 7th lord. So this basically comes to a point where you have to be very very attentive, very focused towards your personal relationships, because 8th house is Mangalya house, that is the lord of 8th house becomes Mercury, 7th house is lorded over by Venus, and your 1st house is lorded over by Mars. So Mars, Venus, and Mercury will be together starting from 13th of February onwards in your third house. Okay, so this means that you have to put some extra effort. There can be some kind of struggle between you and your partner with respect to like some kind of lack of communication, or can be some kind of ego may take over. Because why I say, because 19th of February onwards Venus and Mars will be in planetary war up till 25th of February. Okay, so there can be some kind of over expectations, or like some passionate feeling, and since you will be very busy at your work, so you won't be able to take care regarding the feelings of your partner, and that can create some kind of issues, communication gap. Okay, so you have to be very careful regarding that particular thing. Now, Saturn is transiting in your 4th house, and Sun will enter your 4th house on 13th of February. And in the 4th house, the 4th house is the house of emotion. 4th house is the house of that peace, security, mental peace. I'm talking about home, homely environment. And Sun and Saturn, although Saturn is the 4th lord itself, but it will be in combusted mode, because Sun will be in Aquarius, and the combustion of Saturn will basically take place from 11th of February itself. Okay, so when Sun and Saturn will be in the 4th house and they come very close to each other, that will be a time when you may feel a lot of anxiety within yourself. At the home level also, there can be a moment, or there can be a time when things may not be that great. There can be like some cold behavior within the family members within at your home, or you may feel a bit more disturbed with respect to your domestic affairs. Okay, some anxiety, some heated moments and all. So I will say you that the things which are which does not require your attention, try to avoid and ignore it, because each and every matter, if you look upon, it will really create a lot of problems. Okay, another thing is that Sun is your 10th lord. Your 10th lord is Sun, and creating the combustion for your 3rd lord and 4th lord Saturn. So you may feel that your superiors and your authorities are not happy, or always scrutinizing your efforts and your well-being, your relaxation. So they may feel that you are always relaxing at your work, or you are not putting your efforts which you should put. Now that can create some kind of impact, adverse impact on you, because Mars is exalted in your third house. Okay, so you will feel that I am doing my best. Mars in the third house, and Mars's eighth aspect will be falling on your 10th house. So you will feel that I am doing my best. And so why so that person is creating this kind of influence on me? Because I know what I am doing, I know what I am best at. Okay, so this kind of conflict between you and your authority can be there at times. And you may also feel that since your superiors and authorities are trying to overpower you in that way, so you may feel that your peace of mind is getting hampered, because fourth house, that is peace of mind, that mental peace, security, ruler of that is Saturn, and Saturn is getting combusted. Okay, so this is the thing which can happen starting from 11th of February onwards, and more from 13th of February. Now, to add to this, Mercury will enter your fourth house on 20th of February. Now, Mercury happens to be your eighth lord. Okay, so eighth house lord transiting in the fourth house, I will say that this is a time when some kind of transformations, ups and downs related to your emotions can be there. Okay, so very essential to take care regarding the health of your mother. Now, in the positive side, Sun, Saturn and Mercury, because Mercury is your 11th lord also. Sun, Saturn and Mercury, they all will be aspecting your 10th house. And Mars from the third house is also aspecting your 10th house. So that means so many planets are aspecting your 10th house. And you see Jupiter sitting in the 6th house also aspecting your 10th house. So many planets are aspecting your 10th house. So that means this is a time when you may get some extra opportunities of job and work, or you may feel that you are getting multiple interest in multiple work and job. So this is a time when you can improve your work. This is the time when you can improve on multiple fronts. In that way, it is a very good transit, I will say. Rahu is transiting in your 5th house. Now, transit of Rahu in the 5th house is very good, because this will not only allow you to be very smart with your creativity and your intelligence, it will improve your creative skill set and allow you to follow your passion, follow your creative talent in a broad manner, I will say. And your 5th lord Jupiter, and your Jupiter is your 2nd lord also, is transiting in the 6th house. Now, that transit of Jupiter in the 6th house, I will say it's an average transit, I will say, because Jupiter transit in the 6th house is not considered that great. But yes, this is a transit where you can allow your smartness, your intelligence to take over and follow your work and job. And you also you need to be like careful regarding how you are managing your family wealth and family matters. And at times you may get a bit worried regarding your children, because at times you may feel that your children or your child is getting too much demanding. Why? Because Rahu is transiting in the 5th house. So you may feel that that you are getting worried about them, or you may feel that certain matters are making you irritated. Okay, so that's it for the Scorpio ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Sagittarius ascendant people, Venus is transiting in your 1st house at this moment of time. Normally, the transit of Venus in the 1st house is considered very good, because it brings a very charming and charismatic personality within you. People get attracted towards you because of your behavior, because of your personality. So this is a time of self development in a very creative way, in a very artistic way. Now, Venus happens to be your 11th lord and 6th lord. So this is the time of your self development, and also the time of growth, development, and achieving your goals and aims of your life. Now, on 12th of February, Venus is changing the sign. It is coming out of your 1st house and it is entering your 2nd house, where it will be in conjunction with Sun, Mars and Mercury. Now, on 13th of February, Sun is changing the sign. Sun is coming out of your 2nd house. So basically that will be a time from 13th onwards, Venus, Mars and Mercury. in your second house, and Mars is exalted over there. Now Mars is your fifth lord and your 12th lord transiting in the second house and getting exalted, and Venus will join the party on 12th of February. Okay, now this is a time when I will say, through your hard work, through your efforts, and your involvement in a good network circle and working in a team, you will be able to improve your resources, improve your wealth and income. Because Mercury happens to be your 10th lord, Venus happens to be your 11th lord, and Mars happens to be your 5th lord, and Mars is exalted in the second house. So these particular houses coming together in the house of wealth, it indicates that your creativity, your intelligence, your ability to invest the income and money in a proper way, in a good manner, your hard work, your ability to bind yourself in some network circle, and all together this will allow you to get success in a collective work, in a group work. And suppose if you are any kind of business or any kind of like trade and family trade or enterprise, in that particular case I will say that this is a very good time to launch a product, or suppose you are creating any project or assignment, so this is the time to express it in front of the world. Okay, and that is a time when it will give you very good results, because your fifth lord is exalted in the second house. Okay, so second house is basically 10th from the fifth house. So this is a time to showcase your talent, showcase your creative expression, and with the help of your efforts and hard work it is going to get recognized. Now, starting from 19th of February till 25th of February, you will see that there is a planetary war between Mars and Venus. So that is a time when you may feel that on certain matters you are getting some kind of conflict between you and your network circle or someone from your social circle. Okay, or you may also feel that some of your colleagues or co-workers are not that happy from your development and growth. Okay, so there can be a sense of jealousy or some kind of resentment, okay, towards you. So I will say that until and unless you feel that you are well to do, or you are perfect with your work and your skill, wait till then, and then when the time is correct, then you can put forward your work and you express your creative talent in front of others. Okay, so starting from 19th of February till 25th of February, you should be very careful regarding this particular thing, and there is a chance of some kind of expenditures also then when this planetary war will be there, because Mars happens to be your 12th lord, okay, and Venus happens to be your 6th lord. So during this particular time, there is an opportunity when you may also get some help by uh, taking some loan and debts. But I will say you that when this planetary war is going on, during that particular time, avoid taking any kind of loan or debts, because out of your passion you take that, and later you may feel that I shouldn't have hurried. Okay, means opportunity will be there, but I will say you that during that planetary war, don't take any extra step, don't take any kind of loan or debts during that particular time. Try to repay it. If you are already in a loan, try to repay it, but try to avoid taking it. Okay, now on 13th of February, Sun comes out of your second house and enters your third house. Now that particular transit of Sun and Saturn will be very good. Okay, means in the third house, although Saturn will be combusted, but in the third house Sun and Saturn works wonder. It simply means that all your projects, all your work will lead to success. Specifically Sun in the third house, is it's a wonderful placement, very powerful placement in transit. It gives you confidence, it increases your courage, your valor, You will be very straightforward towards taking new efforts in your life. It will improve your health. Okay, it will improve your confidence. So it's a very good transit, I will say. Yes, I understand that Saturn will be combusted. Now you have to understand that Sun happens to be your ninth lord. Okay, so that means this is a time, if you work on your wisdom, if you work on your higher self, your spiritual knowledge, then that spiritual knowledge, that wisdom and that instruction given to you by your father and your guru will allow you, help you to work on your investment, work on your efforts, work on your courage, and how you take on your projects in the upcoming time. That will be beneficial to you, because Saturn happens to be your second lord and third lord, and it is getting combusted. That means you have to bring extra punctuality, discipline, sincerity towards how you are spending your money, how you are doing the investments, looking into the fact that planetary war will be happening in your second house between Mars and Venus. So as I said you that don't make any kind of hasteful decisions then. All of a sudden don't take any loan and debts all of a sudden, because later on you may feel that you shouldn't have done so. Okay, opportunities will be there, but try to avoid it. Rahu in the fourth house, I will say it's a very good transit. Normally it improves the luxury and comforts of a person, and specifically suppose if you are thinking to renovate your house or buy a house or in any landed property or make a new kind of construction, it's a very good time. Okay, yes, Ketu is transiting in the 10th house. I will say that this indicates some kind of change of profession or having some kind of disinterest towards your current career and profession. Okay, so that's what Ketu does. Jupiter is transiting in the fifth house. I will say that transit of Jupiter in the fifth house is considered very good, because it is good for your mental peace, your joy and pleasure of your life. Okay, it is very good for your love and romantic relationship. Looking into the fact that Mars and Venus will be in a same house and in a planetary war, so there is a chance that you may get that emotion, that passion within you. Okay. Now Jupiter will be looking onto your 11th house. So more you work on your knowledge, your creative skills and intelligence, this is a time when you will be able to reap the benefits out of it. Because don't forget, Jupiter is transiting in the 5th house in the direct motion, and it has just entered the Bharani Nakshatra. So this is a time of new start, growth. Okay, so some kind of transformation has already happening. It has already changed you. It has made you feel that okay, I have to start a new thing, learn new thing, and improve your own knowledge, your own skill set. Okay, in that way, this particular transit is going to give you very good results. So make the most out of it for the Sagittarius ascendant people. Capricorn ascendant people. At this point of time, Venus is transiting in the 12th house. Now, transit of Venus in the 12th house is considered normally good, because it heals, it helps in recovery, it gives you relaxation. It is good for your like, suppose you are in a isolated environment and you need that relaxation, then that Venus gives you that good energy, that healing power. And it also improves your sleeping schedule. Okay, it brings luxury and comforts in your life. Now since Venus is your yoga karaka planet, that is 5th lord and 10th lord transiting in the 12th house, so that means this is the time when either you might get into some kind of work where you need to work in isolation, or this is a time when you may feel that that I have to take out some time for myself in order to improve my studies and learning. Okay, and very soon on 12th of February, Venus is coming out of your 12th house and it is entering your first house. Now yoga karaka planet transiting in the first house is considered very good. Okay, since Venus is your yoga karaka planet transiting in the first house is considered very good, because it will not only improve your personality, your character, your health, but also it will bring a very charming nature within you. You will be able to enjoy the joy and pleasures of your life, because it is the 5th lord, and it will also improve your work, because 10th lord coming into the first house. So it will make you very self-independent, and it will bring that freedom within you that yes, I can do my work, I can carry forward my career and profession in my own way. So it will bring that artistic touch within you. So this is a very good time to develop yourself, your sincerity, your punctuality, your discipline, and in a very compassionate manner. Okay, now at this point of time, you see Mars is exalted in your first house. Mars happens to be your fourth lord and your 11th lord. Venus happens to be your 10th lord and your 5th lord. Now, this particular conjunction of Mars and Venus in the first house, I will say it's a very good transit. It's a very good transit because it is not only creating multiple Raj Yogas, it is also creating Dhani Yogas also. So this is the time when you might get some kind of like good name, fame, and applause from your superiors and authorities, and you might also get recognized for your work. So this is the time when you might also get some good opportunities at your work, some new kind of project, some new kind of working methodologies and all. Okay, so it will make you very practical, very sharp minded towards your achievement of your goal and aims in your life. Okay, now yes, I understand that Mars and Venus will be in planetary war. So here what I see from this particular transit, that this planetary war is also going to give you good results, because in order to achieve something you need to have that hunger, you need to have that passion. So here what I can see for the Capricorn ascendant people, that it is not only going to give you good results, but also during that particular planetary war, starting from 19th of February till 25th of February, that will be a time when you can actually work or get good results at its peak. Now, to add to this, Mercury is also transiting in your this first house, and Mercury happens to be your 6th lord and 9th lord. So it is the planet of fortune, it is the planet of perfection for you, regularity. Okay, so you will be able to follow your work in regular patterns, means without any break. So you just need to focus on proper timing and schedule and just work on it. You will see that one by one all your work is getting scheduled and done perfectly. Now on 13th of February there is a transit of Sun. Sun is coming out of your first house. So up till now Sun is giving that confidence within you. It is boosting your confidence, your courage, and it is also good for your health also, because I will say that Sun in the first house, it will improve that confidence, your health, your vitality. Okay, now Sun is coming out of that first house on 13th of February and it is entering your second house, where it will be in conjunction with Saturn. Now this particular conjunction of Sun and Saturn in the second house and combustion of Saturn in the second house, that is the thing which you need to be very careful about, because you see that Saturn is your Lagna lord and your second lord, and Sun is the 8th lord. So all of a sudden you will see that although at the personal life, at your own life, you are getting success, you are getting the development, and you are achieving your goals and ambitions in your life, but at the family level there can be some conflicts, there can be some misunderstanding, there can be some transformative changes, ups and downs all of a sudden, because Sun happens to be the 8th lord. So it is bringing the 8th house energy in the second house, and not only bringing it, it is also combusting Saturn, which is your first lord and second lord itself. So when it comes to family, when it comes to family matter, all of a sudden you may feel that you don't have any answer. All of a sudden you may feel that I don't know what to do. This kind of feelings can be there. So how to tackle it? You have to bring extra need of discipline, sincerity and punctuality when it comes to how to manage the family matters, specifically your value system, your wealth, your possessions, your resources. So avoid any extra expenditures, because if you do so, all of a sudden you will see that elders of your family will target you, will say you that why you are doing so, because sun is authority. So in the second house, authority means your elders of the family. So all of a sudden you will feel like that. Not only that, one more thing. Suppose if you are in a married relationship, here what I can see that 8th lord is in-laws, okay, and second lord is your own family members. So something from your in-laws may disturb your family life, something from your in-laws may create some kind of disturbances between you and your family members, okay. So that can be a thing you need to be very careful about. You have to maintain that decorum, okay, between you and your family members and your in-laws, because they both are your near and dear ones, correct. Now Rahu is transiting in the third house. Transit of Rahu in the third house is also considered very good, okay. Because it normally gives success at the professional level, at the career level, it makes you very courageous basically in the third house. And Jupiter is transiting in the fourth house. I will say that transit of Jupiter in the fourth house is very good, because specifically at the family level, when this combustion will go on with Saturn, Jupiter in the fourth house will bring that peace of mind within you. It will be a savior for you. It will be like, okay, so many things are going on, but still I will be able to focus on my own peace of mind. Now, since Jupiter is your 12th lord and third lord, a moment may come within your mind that, okay, that leave all these things, let me go somewhere, some other place and live. This kind of feeling may come within you, because Jupiter will bring that peace of mind. And how that peace of mind will come? You may feel that, okay, let me relocate, let me go to some other place, let me take some vacation, let me take some holidays. This kind of feelings can be there within you. So some short travels to some faraway places are sin, some relocation are sin. Mercury will also make a transit on 20th of February. It will enter your second house and get connected with your Sun and Saturn. Now Mercury is your 6th lord, and Mercury is your value system also, because it is your 9th lord, where Ketu is transiting in the 9th house. So conflict, I can see that, yes, conflicts are seen at the family level. So you have to be very careful regarding that. Otherwise, professionally you are good, personal development you are good, okay. Relationship wise also everything is good. Only that family part you need to be very careful. That is the for the Capricorn ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Aquarius ascendant people, Venus is transiting in your 11th house at this point of time, and the transit of Venus in the 11th house, looking into the fact that Venus happens to be your Yoga Karaka planet, it is your 4th lord and 9th lord, and it is transiting in the 11th house. It is very good transit, I will say, because it will not only bring success, it will bring luck and fortune and open the gates of your incoming of wealth and prosperity in your life, okay. Specifically if you are working with any thing related to interior designing, art, craft and painting, designing and all, okay. Means it can be clothing, cosmetics, luxury items, anything related to comfort, or even vehicles also. So this is a transit which will be very beneficial for you. But on 12th of February, Venus is making a transit. Venus is coming out of your 11th house and it is entering your 12th house. Now that will be a time when Venus will be in conjunction with Sun, Mars and Mercury. Now although Sun will make the transit on 13th of February and it will come out of your 12th house, which is a good thing. So basically that will be a time when Venus will be in conjunction with Mars and Mercury. Now you see, Mars is exalted in your 12th house at this point of time. Now Mars happens to be your 3rd lord and 10th lord. Venus happens to be your 4th lord and 9th lord. So it is creating a Raj Yoga. Mars and Venus is creating a Raj Yoga in your 12th house. This also means that either you will be able to learn new things with respect to your career and profession, or this is a good time to improve your higher studies and higher learning at some faraway place. There can be considerable chance of movement. Like suppose if you are thinking to improve your higher studies, or you are starting a higher studies, There is a chance that you may move to some faraway place or some long distance travels with respect to learn new things. Okay. Professionally also I can see that this is a some positive change, specifically if you are working with some kind of means any kind of work or business which deals with faraway land or foreign lands, or suppose you are working in a multinational company. In that case also, this particular transit of Mars, Venus and Mercury in the 12th house is going to be highly beneficial for you. Now Mercury is your 5th lord and 8th lord transiting in the 12th house. Now this is the thing, you need to be very careful regarding the health of your children, okay, regarding this particular time. And at times you may feel that you have to take use of your imaginative power while working on creativity, working on your intelligence, because Mercury will be transiting in your 12th house. And since it happens to be a 8th lord also, I will also say that take care regarding the regarding your health during this particular time. Some chances of expenditure, some sudden expenditures can be there during this particular time. So you have to work on your that how you are managing the budget, the monthly budget, managing your finances during this particular time, because I can see that all of a sudden some extra expenditures are on the cards. You can get into that. Okay. Now on 13th of February, Sun is coming out of your 12th house, which is a good thing, I will say, because Sun in the 12th house that can at times can make you very restless. There can be lack of sleep, because Sun is a very hot and bright planet, and 12th house is the house where we actually get into that sleeping mode. Okay. So Sun is coming out of your 12th house, which is a good thing. But in your first house, Saturn is transiting. After Sun comes out of your 12th house, it will enter your first house in your ascendant, and it will combust Saturn. Now Saturn happens to be your ascendant lord itself. And what is Sun? Sun is authority. Sun also rules your 7th house. So that means you might get some interferences or hindrances regarding your way of work, regarding your day-to-day lifestyle from your partner. Means you may feel that your partner is trying to dominate or overpower you on certain matters in their own way. Okay. And that may actually create some kind of hindrances in your own life. You may feel that your own confidence level is going down. Okay. Now although transit of Sun in the first house is good, but here what I can see is that means you will be like totally dependent upon what your partner is trying to do or trying to say, or what they are planning. You will be totally dependent upon that. You will feel that that your own sense of wisdom is not working at this point of time because of that combustion. So this is also a time you need to be very careful regarding your health, because what I can see that at times you may feel a bit very cold, lethargic and lazy. Now this is the typical thing, although Sun will be transiting in the first house, but still this kind of feelings can be there, and that can lead to some kind of conflict between you and your partner. Okay, so you need to be very careful regarding this particular thing, looking into the fact that Mercury on 20th of February will enter your first house. Now Sun rules our vitality, Sun rules our brain, Mercury rules the nervous system, and Saturn is a very cold planet. So this is a time when you need to be very careful regarding anything related to head, brain and nervous system. Okay. And since this can also this is a transit where you may feel low in confidence, at times you may feel that that all of a sudden on certain matters you may feel that cold fits, or you may feel that your body is getting too much cold. Okay, because the situation will be as such. Okay, so you need to work on your confidence. So how? On your discipline, on your punctuality, on your sincerity. Okay, and that how slowly and gradually you have to improve your confidence. Rahu is transiting in your second house, so that means Rahu will help you improve your wealth. It will help you improve your financial structure. But yes, definitely Rahu is transiting in the second house, so that means you need to be very careful regarding how you are dealing with your family matters. Jupiter transiting in the third house, aspecting your seventh house. So that means although there will be combustion of Saturn, but still the aspect of Jupiter falling on the seventh house will bring that wisdom between you and your partner, and everything will be fine. That Jupiter's aspect is a savior. It will improve your communication skills also. So you will be able to resolve, at the end of the day you will be able to resolve the problems with your partner. Okay, so that's how it will be good for you. So make the most out of it. That's it for the Aquarius ascendant people. For the Pisces ascendant people, at this moment of time, Venus is transiting in your 10th house. Normally, the transit of Venus in the 10th house is considered good because it improves the working methodology. It brings that artistic touch, that classic artistic touch within your work. It brings that compassion regarding how you are proceeding towards your project, towards your work. So it also improves the bonding between you and your superiors, your authorities, your colleagues and co-workers in the working environment. Now here Venus happens to be your third lord and your eighth lord transiting in the 10th house. So that means all of a sudden you may also feel that some kind of disinterest at your work, and you may try to find new kind of opportunities. And this is a time when you may also get new kind of opportunities or new kind of projects at your work in a good way. Okay, so that in that manner this transit of Venus in the 10th house is considered good. On 12th of February, Venus is leaving your 10th house and it is going to enter in your 11th house, where it will be in conjunction with Sun, Mercury and Mars. Now, Sun will change the sign on 13th of February. So, on 13th of February onwards, Venus, Mercury and Mars will be transiting in your 11th house. Now, that transit of Venus, Mercury and Mars in the 11th house, I will say it's a good transit, because it will bring multiple way of gains in your life. Because in 11th house, every planet, almost every planet does very good in transit. Okay, so be it like you are associated with any kind of work related to real estate, construction, or suppose you are associated with any kind of work related to writing, reading or communication skills, in any one of it you will see that you are going to get good results. Suppose you are associated with any work related to food business or clothing or something related to luxury goods, in that way also you will see that the transit of Venus, Mercury and Mars in the 11th house is going to bring good results. Specifically if you are associated with any kind of business or enterprise or trade, or suppose if you are working in a group or you are working in a network circle, in a office or in a project in a group way, in that way also you will see that it will bring that sporting spirit within you, and you will be able to work along with the group members together and get a successful project ahead in your life, particularly this month. Okay, on 13th of February onwards you will see that Sun is changing the sign. Sun is coming out for 11th house and it is entering your 12th house, and in that process Sun will also get in conjunction with Saturn, and Saturn will be combusted by Sun. Now Saturn happens to be your 11th lord and your 12th lord. So that means during that particular time, first of all you need to be very careful regarding your health, because it is happening in the 12th house, and due to your work or due to your working environment, or you may feel that the situations are as such that you are getting too much work and too much into like your network circle and everything. You have to take care of all those things. You may feel that you are not getting time for your own self, for your own relaxation. So there will be a time when you may feel a bit restless, anxious at the subconscious level, at the subconscious mind. So there can be a moment when you may also feel that you are getting deprived of sleep. Okay, Now why? That can be that has something to do with the sixth house, because Sun is the sixth lord. Sun is combusting Saturn. So this has something to do with like your health. So this is a time when you need to be very careful regarding your health. All of a sudden you may feel a bit lazy. All of a sudden you may feel a bit weak and lethargic. Okay, and that can create some issues at you may feel that at your work level you are doing the work because you have to do, you are bound to do it. This kind of boundness may come within you, that you need some rest, but you are bound to do some work. That is the reason you are not getting that rest. Okay, this is also a time I will say that don't take any loan or debts during a time, this particular time. Otherwise that can create extra problems. Okay, another thing is that you may also find some kind of problems from your opponents and like rivals and all. Okay, so that they may create some kind of hurdles in your path. Specifically I will say that during this particular time, keep a low profile. I will say low profile in the sense that specifically with your rivals, specifically with your opponents, keep a low profile, because of that combustion of Saturn. And Sun is also transiting along with Saturn in the 12th house. Okay, now from 19th of February till 25th of February there will be that planetary war between Mars and Venus in the 11th house. Now in the 11th house, since it is happening, so I will say that it is a good transit. That means you will become very passionate towards your work. You will become like, okay, let me do this, let me do that. So you will be like planning so many things, and ultimately it will give you good results. Okay, in that way it is going to give you very fruitful results. Rahu is transiting in your first house, so that will bring you the confidence. Now in one way I see that many things are good, but in other way I also see that you need to also take out some time for your rest, take out some time for relaxation, because ultimately it is your health. Okay, so you have to take some time for your rest also, and keep a low profile from your that opponents and the rivals. Otherwise they may create some kind of problems, because they might get jealous out of your success and all. Okay, Ketu is transiting in the 7th house, so this is the thing which I will say you that you need to be very careful regarding how you are maintaining your relationships, because at times you may feel very detached. Okay, you may feel very detached from the responsibilities of your partnership, from your committed relationship. Specifically I'm talking about, be it professional, be it personal. Okay, now suppose if you are not in a relationship, and in that case I will say that your Rahu energy will predominate you. Suppose if you are single, you are not in a relationship, in that case your Rahu energy will predominate you. It will improve your personality, it will improve your like self development and growth. Okay, in that way it is good. Jupiter is transiting in your second house. I will say that transit of Jupiter in the second house is very good, because it will allow you to be financially independent, strive for excellence with regards to improving your resources, your finances, and also improve the bonding between you and your family members. So family life is very good, family matters are well to do, very nice. Okay, Jupiter will be respecting your 10th house, so work life is also very good. Only one thing that you need to take care regarding your health, and take some time for your relaxation. Okay, so that's it for the Pisces ascendant people. Make the most out of it. So as you have seen for all the 12 ascendant signs, I hope you have liked this video, and if you have liked this video, press the like button, share to your near and dear ones, and if you have a relevant query or question related to the topics which I discussed today, and if you want to share your thoughts or ask a question regarding that, you can write it down in the comment box. I will be very happy to look into those comments, and I will get back to you. And if you are new to this channel, tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video you get notified instantly. And anytime if you want a consultation based on your horoscope, your birth chart, and all the details of the planets and the dasa and all other parameters, you can check the links down in the description section. You can mail me through my email ID, or you can get connected with my Facebook or Instagram accounts and get connected to me, so that I will be able to look onto your horoscope through that one-to-one consultation. So next time when I come back, I will be coming back with some another interesting video. So till then, I'm signing off for today. Thanking you. Bye bye.